Hi guys, welcome back to 한글 먹방 and welcome back to Pattern Korean. Okay, so in part 2, we learned 그래서. Remember? When we explain something, 그래서, and in more natural way to say 그래서 is 아서 and also. If you not remembered it, go back and review it. Anyway, when we use those, the sentences consisted like the reason first and 그래서 or 아서 also and result, right? And today we will learn the opposite. We will say the result first and then you will add the reason why you do that. So the patterns goes like the result and then because the reason. This because part in Korean we say 왜냐하면. The full letter is the basic form to say 왜냐하면. But honestly, we don't say 왜냐하면. We just say 왜냐면. Drop 하 and just say 왜냐면. 왜냐면. It's all because of the sound system. So 왜냐하면, fast to say 왜냐하면, 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 왜냐하면. So that's why we just say 왜냐하면. But the correct form, to basic form to say is 왜냐하면. So okay, 왜냐하면, 왜냐면 is because in Korean. But when we use this 왜냐면 in actual sentences, we mostly use like this. To say the result first and 왜냐면, and there's a reason sentence, right? And with this reason sentence, we add 니까. What? Okay, let's take the example.
Alright, so just now we learned the sentence order is like this. Result sentence first, and you add 왜냐하면, shorten 왜냐면, and the reason part and add 니까. And now we will practice how to connect with reason sentence part and 니까. I brought some example verbs here. First step, you already know this, right? Yes, we remove 다 from the dictionary form and get the verb stem. 다. If we do that, we left 하, 먹, 가, 마시, and 일. Yes, that's the stem. And now from here, we need to decide whether to add 니까 or 으니까. If you've already learned a lot of rules before with me, you might already have a feeling about it. So what's the difference between 니까 and 으니까? Right, it's whether 으 is there or not. And what does this 으 do? Its role is actually very simple. It just makes the sound smoother. Because honestly, this 이응, this 이응 doesn't really have meaning by itself. But in Korean, we often use it as a helper sound, to make it smoother. And when do we need that helper sound the most? Yes, when there is a final consonant, which is 받침. Like this, 받침. Yes. When you learned Hangul, 받침 was probably one of the hardest parts, right? When a word has 받침, your mouth has to move one extra time. So to make the pronunciation smoother, Korean adds something like 으 in between. So let's summarize it again. If the verb stem ends in a vowel with no 받침, then you add just 니까. Okay? And if the verb stem ends in a consonant, and here I wrote consonants, but what I really mean is 받침. And then you add 으니까. Remember this helper sound, 으? Okay, so you can actually hear it when you read it out loud. So let's go through the example again. 하. Okay, there's no 받침, so we just add 니까. 하니까 먹. There is 받침 기억, right? So if you say 먹니까, it feels kind of hard for Korean speakers, right? Can you feel that? Your tongue feels uncomfortable. Just say it. 먹니까, 먹니까. So to make it smoother, we add 으. So not 먹니까, but 먹으니까. 먹으니까. And what 이응 does here is it kind of moves that this 기억 goes to this 이응 part. So writing is 먹으니까, but the real sounds, it sounds like 먹으니까. Okay? Now you get why this 이응 is helper sound. 먹으. Instead of saying 이응, this 기억, 받침, goes to 이응 position. 먹으니까. Much smoother, right? Then that's why we use 으니까. Alright? Okay, let's keep going. 가, there's no 받침, so we just add 니까. 가니까. 마시, no 받침, 니까. 마시니까. 일, there's 받침. So, 읽니까. Wow, it's very hard. Your tongue feel pain. Alright? 읽니까. So we add 읽으니까. And as I said, this 이응 is a helper sound, so this 기억 받침 can goes to here. So the writing is 읽으니까, but the real sounds you can hear like 읽으니까. Right? 읽으니까 when you hear it. Okay, so easy so far. Up to here, you're good. You understand it. All right. And remember, there's number 3. There's a 디귿 irregular verbs rule. So this is a new rule for today, and it is a rule, but honestly, it also exists because of pronunciation. So some verbs that end in 디귿 change to 리을 in certain situations, specifically before a vowel. So let's look at 2 examples. The verb listen in Korean, 듣다, and to ask, 묻다. Yes, both verbs has 디귿 받침 before the vowel. So if we remove 다 first, then 듣 and 묻 left, right? So normally there is 디귿 받침 both, so we add 으니까. So it was supposed to 듣으니까 and 묻으니까, right? So logically it would be 듣으니까 and 묻으니까. But here's what actually happens. The 디귿, 듣, changes to 리을, and we say not 듣으니까, it goes to 들으니까. Also, not 묻으니까, it changes to 리을, 물으니까. Why? Because 듣으니까 and 묻으니까 are just really hard to pronounce. 리을, 리을 is a much softer sound. So instead of forcing an awkward sound, 듣으니까 and 묻으니까, instead of that, Korean naturally changes 디귿 to 리을. That's why we say 들으니까. And as I said, this 리을 can go to here. So the real sound, you can hear like 들으니까, right? And also 물으니까. As I said, 이응 is always helper sound. And that's it. So yes, we memorize this as an irregular rule, but it's actually helpful to remember it like this. Korean just wants the sound to be more natural. That's all for this part. Great. Okay guys, so again, sentence practice time. Please enjoy this part. Maybe it can feel a little boring because you can see only the screen, but you have to practice this. This will be a very good time to practice making natural sentence. All right? Okay, so I will not talk anymore. Let's start from first sentence. Let's go quickly because we don't have time. So let's go. 가자. In a casual form. But in a formal form, let's practice. It's 가요. But between your friends, 가자. Let's go. 가자. And quickly is 빨리. Quickly. And because, what was it? Yes, we learned 왜냐면. 하면. But shorten for 왜냐하면 is 왜냐면. 왜냐하면. We, it's 우리. And don't have. I have something in Korean. 가지고 있다. But don't have is 없다. And time is 시간. Let's go quickly. 빨리 가요. Because 왜냐하면 we don't have time. 우리는, and you can drop subject here. 우리는 시간이 없다. But before we just learned how to add 으니까, right? So there is 받침, so we add 없으니까, right? 없으니까. Actually, 없으니까 is sounds like a little casual, so you can add 요 here. 빨리 가요. 왜냐하면 우리는 시간이 없으니까요. 없으니까 it's okay, but it sounds like yeah, I add it by myself. You don't need to hear it. 시간이 없으니까. It's okay, but if you want to show your like politeness, then you can add like 없으니까요. Yes, it's for polite one, but yeah, it doesn't matter. So you can just drop it 요 here. So 빨리 가요. 왜냐하면 우리는 시간이 없으니까요. Okay, let's move on to second sentence. Please drink water because you look tired. Please drink, 마시다, water, 물, because you look tired. Look is something 보이다. And then how you look, tired is 피곤하다. It's the dictionary form. 피곤하다. So if you combine those two together, look tired, we say 피곤해 보인다. Yes, 피곤해 보인다. So please drink water. 물을 마셔요. Because 왜냐하면 you look tired. Let's drop subject you here. 피곤해 보이다. But it's a written sentence, so 보이니까요. Okay? There's no 받침, so I just add 니까 here. 물을 마셔요. 왜냐하면 피곤해 보이니까요. Okay? Number 3. Let's stay home because it's raining. Let's stay. Earlier, let's go was 가요 or 가자. So let's stay. Stay is in dictionary form, maybe you can find like 머물다. 머물다 is also right. But in a casual way, we say just like a be verb. Just 있다. I stay at home, same as I'm at home. So 있다. And home is 집. Because 왜냐하면 it's raining. So rain as a verb, it can be used like 비가 오다. 비 is the known form of rain, 비, and 오다 is come. So it's like a coming raining. It's 비가 오다. But in Korean, it's raining or it rains is 비가 오다, we say. So let's stay home. 집에. Some of you guys may notice for that. Yes, it's a location marker. I'm at home. Let's stay at home. This at role is e's role. 집에 stay 있자 or polite way 있어요. 집에 있어요. Because 왜냐하면 it's raining. 비가 오다 and there's no 받침, so 오니까요. 집에 있어요. 왜냐하면 비가 오니까요. Okay? All right. Number 4. Please turn off the light because it's too bright. Please turn off. Turn off is 끄다. 끄다. And the light is 불 or 빛. 빛 is light, but like when you are talking about the light inside the room or like inside a place, it's usually say 불. 불. And by the way, this 불, it can also means fire. Fire is also 불. So because it's too bright, bright is 밝다. 밝다. And too is same as very, so it's like emphasis adverbs. 너무, 정말, and what else? 진짜. But here, too bright sounds like a little negative, right? In this case, it's better to put 너무 here. Okay, so please turn off the light. 불을 끄다. Please turn off. 꺼요. or 끄세요 is also okay. 불을 꺼요 because 왜냐하면 it's too bright. too 너무 발 and there is 받침 기억, so we add yes, smoother connector 으니까, right? 불을 꺼요. 왜냐하면 너무 밝으니까. And as I mentioned on our grammar point, this 밝으니까, this 이응's role is helper. So this 기억 can go to here. I mean, when you make sound only, writing is, this one is right. So it sounds like, you can hear like 밝으니까. You will hear like this. And also when you say that, instead of 밝으니까, it sounds like a non-Korean. So 밝으니까, it's easier to make sound. 밝으니까. Okay, number 5. Please eat something because you are hungry. Eat is 먹다. And something is, you can say 무언가. And same as 무언가. Shortened version is 뭔가. And you are hungry. Hungry is 배고프다. Okay, so please eat something. 무언가, 뭔가 먹어요. But instead of 뭔가, I will just say 뭐 좀 먹어요. Okay, so something is 무언가, is right? But here, I add 좀, because 좀 is a little. Actually, this 좀 means a little. But here I meant it's for the self-turned away. Please eat something. Whatever it is, something else. So it's kind of a else vibe here. 뭐 좀, something else. 뭐 좀 eat, 먹어요. Because 왜냐하면 you are hungry. Let's drop use subject. 배고프 and there's no 받침, so we just add 니까. 요. 뭐 좀 먹어요. 왜냐하면 배고프니까요. Okay? 배고프니까요. Great.
We just take the examples, sentences, start from result plus 왜냐면, reason sentence, add 니까, right? This was the typical sentence when we explain the reason. And here, 왜냐면, this word has a signal meaning that, okay, now I will tell you why. I will tell you the reason. But what happened in real everyday speech, native Korean, as native Korean, we often drop 왜냐면 because the reason marker 니까 already makes the meaning clear. Since this 니까 already means because, so we think we don't need to use those two because words. 왜냐면 also means because. 니까, this marker also means because. So there's already two. So we just dropped the first one. And then we only take 니까 with the sentence. And remember which sentence we add 니까? Reason sentence part, right? So Before, the former version, when we use 왜냐면, the result first. And 왜냐면, reason sentence, 니까. But if we drop this 왜냐면, this sentence goes first. Reason sentence plus 니까, and then the result sentence. Now the reason comes first and the result comes after. So this pattern is the natural way to say when you explain the reason or result. And the first pattern that we learned when you say 왜냐면 and 니까 both together, that is also correct. And that is for your, like when you highlight the reason. I will tell you why. Because this. Yeah, this vibes, you can say 왜냐면.
Okay, now let's quickly change to the basic structure to native structure. But today, our native structure is very simple. It's because we just changed the order of the sentence and just drop 왜냐하면. Because I just explained that 왜냐하면 and this 니까. Oh, I wanted to change the color. Oops, yes. Yeah, let's say yellow. Yes. 왜냐하면 and 니까 both means because. So when we just casually say, we decided to just take only one. So mostly we just drop 왜냐하면. And if it's like that, then the sentence order is that this 우리는 시간이 없으니까 part goes first and then the result goes next. So 빨리 가요. 왜냐하면 우리는 시간이 없으니까요. Instead of that, 시간이 없으니까. And then the result part. 빨리 가요. That's it. 빨리 가요. And here, 시간이 없으니까요. 빨리 가요. No. When I explain for the basic form, you can also skip this 요 because 니까 is just for explanation, the reason. So if it's the ending of the sentence, you can add 요. It sounds natural. It's okay. But if this reason part goes first, it's just, like one part of the sentence. It's not ended yet. So you don't need to put 요 here. 시간이 없으니까 빨리 가요. That's it. Okay? Okay. Then number 2. 물을 마셔요. 왜냐하면 피곤해 보이니까요. So drop 왜냐하면 the reason sentence first. 피곤해 보이니까 and the result. 물을 마셔요. Okay? 피곤해 보이니까 물을 마셔요. Number 3. 집에 있어요. 왜냐하면 비가 오니까요. Also, 비가 오니까 집에 있어요. Very simple, right? 비가 오니까 집에 있어요. It's raining, so stay at home. Okay? Number 4. 불을 꺼요. 왜냐하면 너무 밝으니까요. 너무 밝으니까 불을 꺼요. Yes, become very simple. 너무 밝으니까 불을 꺼요. The last one. 뭐 좀 먹어요. 왜냐하면 배고프니까요. Also, 배고프니까 뭐 좀 먹어요. Okay, 배고프니까 뭐 좀 먹어요. Eat something because you're hungry.
Great job today. Today, there were so many grammar points to learn, but I want to, contain all the information in here. So if you can't, memorize all the rules right now, then just skip some parts and take the most important one, okay? So far, if you want to explain something, there are two ways to say. In part 2, we learned 그래서 or 아서, also in natural form. So when we use this, reason plus 그래서, 아서, also, result. And today we learned if the result sentence first. Result. 왜냐면. Reason sentence. 니까. That is the former version. But when it changed to the natural Korean vibe, it goes to reason sentence plus 니까 and then result sentence after. So wait. So if the order's like that, in our part 2 form pattern, reason, 그래서, 아서, result, and reason, 니까, result, it's the same. What's the difference between those two sentences? Both sentences order are same. So I will tell you a little details about it. This 아서 and also, aka 그래서, is just explaining a reason. For example, it was cold, so I stayed home. It was cold. 추웠어. 추웠어. So, 그래서 I stayed home. 집에 있었어. 추웠어. 그래서 집에 있었어. More natural form to say 추워서 집에 있었어. 추워서 집에 있었어. Just explaining this situation. I stayed home because it was cold. While 니까 is for clear reasons, often followed by some instructions or suggestions. For example, wear a coat because it's cold outside. It's cold, so wear a coat. So in this case, like it's the cold is the reason. So wear a coat is very, like the vivid instruction. You do that, right? When there's like this suggestion, it's better to say 추우니까 코트 입어. Instead of 추워서 코트 입어. Like when there's an action to do that, it's natural to say 추우니까 코트 입어. I'm busy, so talk later. I'm busy is the clear reason, so talk later. This is the clear suggestion that we will talk later. I'm busy. 바쁘니까 talk later. 나중에 얘기해. 바쁘니까 나중에 얘기해. Okay? Great. But this is a very detailed information. I'm just worried that somebody might confuse both 아서, also, and today's 니까 one. So that's why I explained a little detailed one. But if you cannot understand this detailed thing, then just ignore me. Yeah, just skip this part. Just try to remember the connectors we learned. So far in this chapter, we've learned some basic connectors we need, and the reason why we learn all those connectors is because we want to say little longer sentence and speak my story. That's why. So next time we will sum up all the connectors we've learned so far and make it into a one long sentences, one long story, let's say. So let's make a 1 minute sentence next time using all those connectors. Alright, so see you next time. 안녕.